you been? So yeah, Mass and I are gonna.
What is up, guys? In today's stream, I'm gonna go ahead and go over Aegis Day at IAE. We'll kind of talk about some of these ships, walk through a couple of them, and definitely go through probably the Reclaimer, and just have some fun with it. Here with Space Shorts.
Hope everybody's doing well. So Mass, let me know when you're up and running and you're feeling good about it.
All right.
Where you're at.
I am perfect right now.
All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna head out. We're just gonna kind of take a look around. Gonna start on the Aegis side for sure. I think that is. Oh, maybe it's Apex.
I think it's Apex.
Yeah. All right,
Yep.
cool. So traditional red theme. Obviously, we get the Aegis dynamics. Rotator there. That's kind of love that. I don't know about you. I always love these kind of things. This is always kind of a cool tech.
It really is.
Hey, Ocean, how are you guys tonight? Nice to see you guys. So Macedon is joining me tonight, you guys, and we're gonna go around and look at some ships, and I was very kind of Mass to join me. So definitely say hi to Mass, and he's also streaming, so definitely should jump on his channel and give him a like. What's up?
This right here is like one of my favorite parts, like walking through this with like the stars and yeah. Did really such a nice job with the aesthetics of everything when it comes to this expo. Yeah. Yeah, they have a ton. There's really a lot to look at here. Oh yeah, thing's just massive, and it looks really awesome too. I like that paint. I think this is the stealth. I think the saber is a stealth. Yes, I helped the guy earlier to have to do that. He did the character reset. He couldn't rent the ships, couldn't pull any ship, and the character reset fixed it. That's probably what it is. I think the this one right here is available in game, and I think the Comet is the special one. I think we got to purchase. It'd be cool when you could just grab a ship out of flight with it, if that's possible. Yeah. Hey, Sandy. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I'm the same. I've never flown one either. Oh, nice, Sandy. Cat's definitely a cool little ship, though. I'm sure that'll be fun. Absolutely, man. I would guess that as well. His voice is really low on mine. I'm gonna turn him up then.
Yeah, this is the tradition. Hey, Astro.
Maybe that's better.
Hey, Google. Hey,
Sandy?
Mabuchu. How are you guys doing tonight? Cutter with VK00 is my new favorite. Astro, man, no kidding. That's 6,000 fuel tank is insane.
Man, that cutter.
I hear you. That cutter with a VK00 can go for days. It's crazy. By the way, if you can later on Disco send me a channel invite you to explore something that might help you out where I can. No problem, man. We should be happy to do that. So Gladius is
he still really low right now, Sandy?
I love the Gladius.
I have one right now. I bought one a couple weeks ago in game. I love it.
Yes. I mean, you know, one of the things I like about it, obviously, is it's had its gold pass. I do think that I just think that they're excellent. I mean, they're a really good balance between they're nimble.
I mean, yeah, we kind of wanted to do this IAE walkthrough.
They've got good, decent firepower. Really, it's kind of a premier-like fight. Hey, Mabuchu says great.
Try to turn them up a little bit more.
Nice to see you guys tonight for sure. Thanks for the 4 likes already. And of course, I don't know, the Hammerhead's a great ship. I mean, I really enjoy the Hammerhead.
I've never flown one. I've turreted one, and it was a lot of fun, but I've never actually flown one.
I have not flown one myself either. I definitely have been just turreted probably 3 or 4 trips out.
Thank you, Sandy.
It's just a lot of fun when you are out and about. When you have because the times I've been on this ship, there's been 5 or 6 of us at least, and it's great. I mean, it's bristling with and obviously when armor gets in the game, I think it's really going to shine. I do think that there are some other ships that can abuse the Hammerhead pretty bad, but the other thing is the shooting distances on turrets is not that great. You know what I mean? So I think maybe that'll pick up in the future as well.
Yeah.
Aoshi was saying the Hammerhead has it can carry 64 missiles if you carry the smallest sizes.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that. It's got it's got 6 turrets, I believe, and then you can turn it into a missile boat, a huge missile boat.
That's crazy. Moonraker says, I want to play with the Hammerhead just to get a chance to practice the docking mechanic. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Turrets can be hard to control sometimes. They can, Astro. I don't disagree with that. You know, and I mean, I will tell you, I've had some experiences. I think I've even been trapped inside turrets where they wouldn't let us out or whatever. They weren't acting.
Oh no!
Great, you know, that does happen.
That's a lot. Yikes! That's a lot.
Back here, another like an entrance to get into the other hall. Is it just a no? Just a corner. I was just kind of curious if maybe it slid into the other one. All right. Well, Hammerheads.
Such a cool looking ship, though.
Oh, super cool looking ship. And I might want to spend. Maybe I'm gonna take that thing. You know, I am gonna rent this thing. Never taken one for a flight. Just to have it as an option.
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah. I've never flown one. I think it'd be fun to at least fly. Hit Q and the turret changes it to relative mode, and it's a lot easier to track targets. I agree with that, for sure. All right, so you just, you know, Sabres, Gladiuses. Of course, you had your Reclaimer and the Hammerhead so far. So he just has, you know, just lots and lots and lots of military vehicles.
I think they're one of the dominant manufacturers.
They have a lot of ships, that's for sure. All right. Looks like there's 2 and 3 here, so I guess we'll hit 2. I think that's back out that way.
I just noticed the little show up in the sky here.
Yeah, what is happening here? Oh, it almost looks like a Corsair up there. That's interesting. It's like a Corsair and a C2 kind of dodging asteroids. That's awesome. I never noticed that before.
It just caught my eye. I saw the Herc, and I'm like, what is that?
What is that other ship up there?
I can't tell. Maybe is it a Scorpius?
Oh, it's a C2, just sideways. And then you see, you occasionally see.
There's like a little
fighters in there. Wow, that's crazy. Sandy Claus, how you doing? Sandy says he's on both of ours at the same time. That's awesome, Sandy. Aegis is more the old retired military contractor for the UAE until Anvil took over. That's a good point. That's a good point, Aocean. Yeah. Pro tip: shoot the big wing on the Corsair. Game over for the Corsair. Yeah, the big wing is definitely. I've heard that. All right, so in here you got you're gonna have a whole bunch of your Avenger variants, right? I mean, that's basically what you're gonna see here. Of course, the Avenger, colloquially known as not easy for me to say, as the Space Penguin. This is the Renegade. This is the light freight version of this. Actually, the SCM speed's a little slower on this one, but it does haul a little bit more cargo.
It's a really cool paint.
I like.
Wow.
I think there's a blue. It's kind of like a blue and
gold.
Gold, yep. So, I do like that.
Wow. It's got cool texture too.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you know. It's got like This kind of reminds me of like the underneath the space shuttle, right? Where it's got like the space shuttle has the ceramic discs. Or like the ceramic underbelly. This is very much got the space shuttle vibe.
Yeah, it really does. Wow. That looks really cool.
All right, and over this way, which one is this one here? Let's take a look. This is the Warlock. So this one has the quantum interdiction. Never been in this one. Is there any look of it? Oh yeah, of course. Look at that.
Oh wow.
That's amazing. I had no idea it did that.
Wow.
So I mean, it's specialized gear. I didn't know.
That's impressive.
I had no idea it was like this in here. Quantum interdiction obviously takes a little bit of some additional whirligigs.
It's like those tunnels that you see at the haunted houses that are like spinning, makes you all off balance.
Yeah, it's crazy. Size 2 or 3 EMP, yeah.
Wow.
Group and I were Corsair hunting, and once we started targeting them, the game became really easy. Oh, that's interesting for sure. So yeah, anyways, that is the quantum interdiction version of. I had no idea that the Warlock had that back. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I never looked back there before. That's one of the cool things about this game. Now here's the Redeemer. A pretty interesting ship, really big guns. I still think it's fairly viable. I definitely think it still hits like a truck.
Yes, I agree. These are really tough in PvP when you come across them.
There you have it. I mean, Mass does a lot more PvP than I would ever do. If we go in here, this is supposed to be kind of a heavy gunship, dropship type thing. The only thing that I wish they would have done a little different is I think the stuff that's upstairs should be downstairs, and the stuff that's downstairs should be upstairs. That's really the only thing I think, like the bunks down here and stuff are interesting. I guess not all the stuff, but I've always thought, it's interesting that, I always like the component space and that kind of stuff.
I see what you're saying, though, because it would kind of make sense to have this at the bottom where you can walk in and have access to it.
Right. You have the bunks up here, and then the component space down there, and the jump seats basically down. That's the main thing I was thinking. The jump seats should be downstairs. That's the only thing that I would have done a little different with this ship. And I don't think it's not like it's a huge faux pas or anything. I mean, of course, this is one of those ships that does end up getting food and drink down here, and I do know that stuff is rattling around and blowing the ships up. So, oh, you gotta love it. But yeah, great. I mean, just kind of a newer ship. Those I think they're called Nutcracker style engines or whatever are crazy. And it's just a hard nut to crack. I mean, honestly.
Yeah,
Warlock has the best
really
EMP scripter. If you have turret operators, yeah, that's exactly right. That's a ship that would definitely shines if you have turret operators.
Absolutely.
No question about it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be flying this thing if you don't have turret operators in a battle.
See, Ocean is asking Mass if question does Aosha or Andros _Titan 2 ring a bell?
Say that again?
Aoshan says, question, does Aosha or Andros _Titan 2 ring a bell? No problem, Aoshan. More ships need that shared inventory fridge. I don't disagree with that, Mabu, too. I think that's a very good point. So you got the Stalker here. I think the Stalker's kind of a fast, kind of like the interdiction version. Maybe it's got a higher SCM speed.
You could do regular repeaters,
over here, then
say
that's
laser with the Redeemer. That's how I've come across it. Laser repeaters.
This one is just kind of
it's very tough to get the shields down on this thing, and you go up against it.
What a lot of us like about this one is it's a bit of a cargo variant. Nice, cargo area in here. I don't remember this screen.
I guess the debate is this or the cutter now, right?
It really is that, right? Now this has got, I guess if you're gonna do a little more firepower, I mean, this has more firepower in it for sure. But of course, that one's got way bigger gas tanks.
Oh, Sandy,
so,
that could be. I actually don't know.
It's. I mean, the size 4 gun and the two size 3s and a size 4.
That sounds right.
Instead of 2 size 1s. I mean, that's a significant more firepower. But I don't know. I mean, Zell used the word kooky with the cutter. I think that's a good word. I just like the cutter. I just like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think if I had to choose between the two, just because I don't do as much combat stuff, I probably would choose the cutter. But I definitely would understand with the guns on this thing why some people choose it.
I think the cutter is going to be pretty decent in combat too.
Thank you. All right.
I haven't actually taken it out in combat yet.
Well, it's just the two size. It's just the 2 size 1s, right? That's the one thing that's. I mean, that's a significant difference in firepower.
2 size 2s.
Oh, it's 2 size 2s.
Yeah, you can swap it out to size 2s.
Oh, that makes me feel better. For some reason, I thought it was just 2 size 1s. So the size 1s are gimbal then.
Yes.
That are on there currently. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah, mine.
I did not know that. So that's a good thing to know. 2 size 2 is a lot better firepower than 2 size 1.
Yes. Yeah, I switched mine out to 2 size 2s.
Sandy Claus is saying the cutter was awesome for clearing the crime stat. That makes sense. Mabutu says screen in the cargo bay will monitor cargo and manage the tractor beam. Oh. There's a tractor beam on the Titan. Hey, Z-Pilot, nice to see you. Accidentally got into a fight with the cutter. Did not fare well, but did survive against an aurora. And the Titan has more cargo. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the Titan does have more cargo. I think the cutter has, 4 SCU, and I think the Titan has. So, I really like the cutter. And I really like the Pisces as well. Moonraker saying I actually like both the cutter and the Pisces over the Titan. Moon, I kind of tend to agree with you in the sense that I don't do as much kind of like
these are massive
bounty hunting, like PvE bounty hunting. But if I was getting into PvE bounty hunting, I may lean towards the Titan just because it's significantly more fire.
Looking at all the modules.
Of course, one of the things that a lot of people, I always like to tell people, it's always a good time to come and buy all of your components. There's a lot of centralized components during IAE.
That's true.
You don't have to fly all over the verse to pick up a lot of stuff.
I think you can, Sandy.
Tractor
I'm pretty
beams are
sure
being added to cargo ships.
Yep, you can buy them all.
I got you for sure. If the medical Pisces comes out, I'm going to grab that for sure. I'm going to love the medical Pisces. I already like the Pisces, Griff, so I know what you mean. I like Pisces, guys.
That Med Pisces is going to be a game changer there.
I think so.
Something that small and compact, with the med bed.
It's going to have a size, probably a size 1 bed, right, or whatever.
I think it's 3.
I'm sorry, yeah, whatever the low, like the first level is, right? I guess.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's like 1 is the big one and 3's the small, or 3's the small and 1's the big. But whatever,
yeah, I think it goes.
The entry
3
level one
is like the entry, and then 1 is like the best.
Z-Pilot says, my biggest sour point with the cutter is the quant tank.
Wish I would have checked.
As someone who started with the Nomad, I hate to see it become such a poor value.
Yeah, I don't think everything's here, but there's quite a bit.
I think that there's... If you think about this, Z, and, Mass, I'll get your opinion on it as well. Let's think about the ships that have come off the pipeline recently. Palais, big gas tank. Raft, big gas tank. MSR, big gas tank. But that wasn't recently, but I mean, that's the MSR kind of started that whole kind of rebalance as far as the conservative gas tanks. The cutter, big gas tank. I mean, we're starting to see tier 3 is the lowest on the beds. We're starting to see ships that they just have bigger gas tanks. I mean, they're just coming off the pipeline with bigger gas tanks. And I wonder if that's because they're eventually going to do a rebalance because of high run. Anything about that, Matt?
I think that's correct. I definitely think a lot of the ships that are coming out now have the bigger tank for pyro to get a lot more people out there when you first get into the game as like an entry level ship.
I could not agree more.
Yeah, the music is kind of loud in here.
It is. It's unusually loud. All right. I am Dave. Hey, how you doing, Dave? Nice to see you, man. Drifter says Tier 1 has the respawn in the bed. Okay, so, yeah, it's going to have a Tier 3 bed, the Med Pisces.
Okay.
Prepping for Pyro. Yeah, that's exactly right. They're in the process of getting ship fuel on the front for Pyro transits. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, guys. That's why we keep seeing these, these ships come out with these much bigger gas tanks. I think they will balance it so that the Starfarer has gameplay loop. Same with the Liberator. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure. All right, let's go into Apex Hall 5 and take a look and see what we got.
Yeah, I definitely think though they're kind of prepping more so toward Pyro. I don't necessarily think that all the ships are gonna get reworked for that. I think that you'll just either have to upgrade to it, like as you earn credits, or buy it outright, like with cash.
I could not agree with that more, honestly. Gresham Kuss, are they showing the BMM? I don't know, Gresh. I guess that's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's a really good question. Malagor gives a salute. How you doing, Mal? Nice to see you. Santa Claus says outside of cargo runners, distance is more important than school time on drives. Well, I couldn't agree more. This is another ship. These ships here, the Vanguards, they have, and Banu is tomorrow. Moon's absolutely correct. So we'll know tomorrow on the BMM. These ships have enormous gas tanks too. They do. They've got very good sized gas tanks. Obviously, these are a heavy fighter. And I have a ton of respect for the Vanguards. I have had nothing but success with these things. This one's going to be your Sentinel. You can tell by the blue and gold paint job. The Sentinel is the one with the EMP. This is your interdiction thing. Mass, remind you what you gotta just take the shields down, and once the shields are down, you hit it with the EMP, and then the lights go out on your ships. Right? It kind of kills your power plant.
Yeah. So basically, when you're going up against somebody, it's best to take their shields out, especially if they're in a bigger ship, and then pop your EMP, and it kind of shuts them off.
Yeah, and I mean, when people get handy in the Sentinel, they can become very dominant. I mean, this is a very mean ship.
I think I should say I think for the bigger ships, you want their shields down before you pop it. I think a little ship will probably go out if you hit it with EMP with full shields.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even know that. I thought it was always a shields down kind of thing. But the smaller shield generators can't even hold out the EMP. Gotcha. Drifter says, I would like a list of stations and amenities in Pyro along with the distance. Yeah, I hear that. Dave says, not too bad. Had to put the cat down. Oh, Dave, I'm so sorry. Buddy, you know what? I know, and I'm sure Mass knows too. Chuck, obviously, sorry to hear that. I know in our house, pets are family. And whenever we've had to put a pet down, it's hard. It's hard.
It's the worst.
We're thinking about you, buddy, for sure. Hoplite best dropship for elite strike teams. Z Pilot, I do not disagree. I love the Hop. I think the Hop is a much overlooked dropship. It's very nimble. You can get the craft down in a hurry. You can get out of there in a hurry. I agree with that. Small ship with those size 1 or 2 will EMP them down. Yep. Mabutu says, I made a discovery. The stock quant drive is just as good as the top one. And what ship, Mabutu? In one of these Vanguards. Here's your Warden. This is kind of the the pure fighter of the group. Just pound for pound, a little bit more, better maneuverability, a little bit better punching, kind of air-to-air combat type situation. Griff says, sorry for your loss. Geesley, how are you, sir? Nice to see you. How have you been? Guys, thanks for the 10 likes, by the way. I appreciate it. It's nice to see you, OAV. Here's your the Harbinger. This has got, I think it's got, what is it? How many size?
Torpedoes?
It's got size 5 torpedoes, right?
I want to say that's correct. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
size
sure it's
5
size
torpedoes,
5.
I think. And yeah, this is the one that I flew around a lot. I would always just kind of save the torpedoes if I need them. Oh, sorry, the Prospector. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Mabutu. The Goliath isn't a bad drive in it. It's a little slower, but it's nothing wrong with it. 3 size 5 torpedoes. Yep, and that guy. Okay, thank you, Griff. I appreciate it. Yoshi says, and Mass, remember, you can overcharge any EMP for more recharge penalty, but the quicker CD can be mitigated with better coolers. Oh, interesting.
Okay. I haven't tried the overcharge yet. Somebody was trying to tell me about it too. I just haven't actually gotten a chance to use that yet. Overcharge ability.
All right. Last but not least, here in the Vanguard series is the Hop. This is the dropship variant. I love the drop. This was in in our last org. This was eventually the dropship that we decided on. We were doing small team insertion stuff.
Yeah, we had some fun with this thing.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this thing. We practiced a lot with it. It seems like Julian Delfici, really nice guy in our last org. He had some really good documentation on the way that he wanted hot drops and just dropship training handled. And this is one of the most, we use this thing a lot. It has it has your kind of your Vanguard durability. They ended up being very maneuverable. They can, you can get them on the ground in a hurry. You can get your teams out of them fairly quickly. I think, people do not realize how really good I think the hoplite is for a dropship, but I like it.
Yeah, we would come in hot, these bunkers with 5 turrets that were shooting at us, and everybody would get out and the thing would take off. And then we'd go in and clear the bunker, and then it'd come back and pick us up while they were all being shot at. So it was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, live fire hot drops. I mean, and that thing is just tanking it as you're dropping your guys off. Hence, why would you load it with heavy industrial coolers or the shortest time coolers with good capacity? That's a good point, Aocean. The Terrapin is a good gather up in Atmo and then dropping can go pseudo stealth. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I love the Terrapin. I do think I would love to see some variant kind of with the Terrapin, where you've got one that's more of a dropship orientation, or different things with it for sure. I would love to see that. Z Pilot says, dropped a queue at Jump Town on a hoplite, then did CAS, even blowing the door of a freelancer open for them to steal and escape with the cargo. Nicely done. See, that sounds like a fun night. I mean, A2 ruined the fun as they do, but still, yeah, they do. All right, you guys. Here we're coming into, some of the more, venerable ships, well-known ships in the game here. You, of course, your first one that we'll just kind of come over here. Eclipse, your stealth bomber. It's got 3 size 9 torpedoes. This thing will deep 6 of capital.
Love the Eclipse.
Yeah. It's just a cool ship to fly. The Eclipse. I mean, if you spend a little time in it, it's a great ship to fly.
Reminds me of Broken Arrow for some reason. I don't know if you guys ever watched that movie with John Travolta, and I can't remember the other guy's name right now.
Is John Malkovich in that?
He might have been. I can't think of the main character was Travolta, and then the other guy, and I can't think of his name right now.
I can't either. And then this ship here is an interesting ship. Obviously, this is the Retaliator. The Tally has lots of, this ship has lots of variants. A lot of people don't realize when you think about a Retaliator how long it is. It's very long. It's interesting because it's got configurable spaces. So there's 2 different sections where you can have, you can put in the different kind of pods, and so you can have like 2 cargo or 1 missile and 1 cargo. Now some of them fit in some different areas. You can have cabs in it and that type of thing. So the modularity is going to be really, really crazy in this ship. It also currently is one of the more deadly ships. Like for instance, I think in like Ninetales Lockdown, not so much Ninetales, but what's that other one, Mass?
Jumptown.
Well, not Jumptown. There's the one that where you do the cargo part of it first, and then you fight the Idrises.
Dang.
Xenothreat.
Is that Idrises?
Isn't it eventually the Idrises kind of,
I think it's the service beacons that pop in for like 300k, where you have it's the service beacons, is the critical.
Yeah, I mean, and these things you can clean up with one of these. Ocean says it's also pseudo good daily if you don't mind it being a big girl. Yeah, I can appreciate that.
It's got
just
a ton
an
of
interesting
turrets.
ship. Yeah, it's bristling with turrets. It's definitely one of those ships that, for the $150 base price is interesting for it. I think that's what the base price is on it. And considering the modularity to come in the future, it's going to be an interesting thing. So, I think this is, I don't know. I like the tally. I think it's definitely had its place in the game up to this point, and when the modularity comes in, I think it's just going to make it even more versatile. Hey, Chris, how are you? Nice to see you, Chris Bates. I see you, Sandy Z. I enjoyed the Freelancer miss for Xeno. Oh yeah, that's got a ton of missiles as well. 3 dual size 3s. It's just like, yeah, that Tally's a great show.
Oh, was Xenothreat, Sandy? I didn't think
I don't
think
know
there's
that I've ever
Idrises there in
Tally.
that.
I think
I've never actually participated in the
Redemption
Xenothreat
had
yet.
one, and we went out.
I've been waiting for one though. Yeah, the Tally's definitely got a very cool design to it as well.
I agree with that 100%. What are these kind of front claw looking things? Interesting.
That's something that the Star Lifters need. One's off to the side like that.
I agree with that 100%.
It would definitely help.
All right, so that's that is the Eclipse and the Tally. We'll move on here. Oh, hey, there's refreshments in this room. Let's go check it out. I'm always curious. Another coffee to go stand. Okay, got it. All right.
We've just received some exciting new products.
Lots of little details. When they do these IAEs, they do it such great. I mean, if you look at how you have the Aegis and the carpet here, you have just all the lighting, all of the different just textures. When you're running
cool
along, if you're on the carpet, you can't hear anything, but as soon as you get on
nice.
The footsteps change with the different
Hi, Sandy, good luck.
Surfaces. Really, really crazy stuff. I mean, they do such a great job with these. I need some coffee, work is dragging. I hear that, Griff. Part of the VTOL assembly. I hear the ocean. About to record. See you. Okay, Sandy. All right. Now I think let's just kind of look at here. Now I know these are blurry for me a lot of times. They for some reason they don't. All right. All right, so we definitely have been to all those rooms. We went and seen the Gladiuses. We went and seen the Avengers, the Vanguards. It looks like we're gonna head downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, this was actually blurry for me. I can't see this one.
Yeah, it's weird. Like some of them I can see, some of them I can't.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is the attention to detail stuff. You can see like that type of stuff, like all the little wall textures and that type of thing. They just do such a great job.
They definitely
I'm a
nailed
night
it.
shifter enjoying watching 1945, which is my morning. The Ocean says, by the way, I saw someone in the new Xi'an gold armor near Eclipse. Oh, interesting. Can I get you to use that trash in the stream? Yeah, Chris is always teasing me because I'm always littery. That's so funny. 13 likes, you guys, and 20 people on. Hey, glad to see everybody tonight. And of course, we are time, but we were so blessed to have Macedon join us tonight. And and I love picking his brain. He, you know, Mass is every bit of as competent as a miner as I am, but he also does lots of other gameplay stuff, and you know, does bounty hunting and a lot of PvP, and so, you know, really, really good. And you know, obviously with kind of the military variants of these ships or whatever, it's one of those things. So it's nice to have Mass along with us.
Thank you for the kind words. Glad to be here.
Yeah,
This was fun.
so much. Yeah. All right, I was kind of curious what was going to be in here. Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Legionnaire. Oh, that's the Vulcan. Oh, that's the.
Ah.
So that almost looks like it's still kind of almost in like a gray box phase, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you could see, like it's kinda.
It kind of looks like a gigantic raft.
It
From the
really
from
is
the front over
interesting.
here.
Yeah. Now Vulcan is going to have drones that you can specialize for. I think this thing just does repair and refuel. I don't think it does rearm.
It looks like a raft to me. It looks like a gigantic
raft. I think it just does repair, which I'm, you know, not criticizing it. Medium repair, refuel. Yep, refuel, repair.
Very
Oh, it does say
interesting.
rearm. Refuel, repair, rearm. Become a one-person support crew with Aegis Dynamics. Versatile Vulcan supplying
Cool.
aid to
Repair,
pilots
rearm.
on the fly. Whether pinned down under heavy fire and in need of ammunition, low on quant fuel after an all-in planned jump, or an ill-planned jump,
this being handy,
or
though.
stranded in unknown space with a busted thruster, pilot and his trust can always count on a Vulcan and its cadre of drones to lend speedy efficiencies. Very, very cool.
I could definitely see that being handy in certain situations.
I was always, you know, I'm always thinking of that mobile fleet where you've got kind of a command ship, and then you might have your refuelers and your, you know, that type of thing. And I could not, you know, this would be something that would have to kind of stay close, I think. You know, like the nice thing about this is they could kind of, you know, I mean, they could take care of a lot of business. They could, you almost could follow, you know, stage, like, you know, not terribly far away from your fighter group.
It'd be
And
great
maybe they could
to have it on like a Kraken, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Griff says, hey, Mace, listen to this. I was being a naughty boy last night. He got a CS5. Anyone who took my bounty, they had a marker like they were in my party. I was able to jump the hunters a few times. What? That's weird.
That's awesome, because yesterday I had the same thing, actually. I was able to see everybody on the server. It looked like everybody was in the party with me.
That is crazy. Z Pilot says the Vulcan, a miner's good friend out in the frontier. I could definitely see where that, you know, Vulcan, Odyssey plus the Vulcan plus the Expanse plus the Prospector or two. That's what I mean, kind of like a forward operating. Yeah, one of these things can really be the difference, kind of keep your ships repaired. You know, obviously, I think the drone technology is going to be fantastic and super. You know, that'll be super cool. Was this that gold armor? Hey, that's a nice armor system. Yeah, that is that gold, that crazy gold armor.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
I hadn't seen it up close. Very alienish. Is there another thing around this corner? I just am kind of curious. I don't know. Oh, there is. All right. Ooh, look at this. Very cool. Very cool. Now, I have a lot of questions about how these are going to work. This is the Nautilus. And so the Nautilus is your mine layer.
Mine layer, yep.
You know, and if they do talk about there being all sorts of different kinds of mines that it can lay as well. They're not just going to be kind of set it and forget it types. You know, there's going to be other, you know, kinds that, you know, that maybe are just
looks like Legos.
To do some communication stuff or that type of thing. So yeah, they've talked about a variety of different. And once again, you can tell it's not like if you looked at the Kraken, you know, it had like very, very, very crazy detail.
Yeah.
Like, they must have one of those in Squadron 42 already cooking. Where the last two, we're not seeing. We're seeing the outsides of them, but they don't have tremendous detail. You can see that they're in kind of a box phase at some point.
If you look back here and zoom in, you'll see some Legos. 4 orange Legos.
Yeah, you will. Wow. That's weird.
But yeah, the detail to the Kraken seems like that thing could be coming out tomorrow, you know?
I know. I'm like looking at the sides of that thing. I was like, whoa.
There's a ton of detail to that. This one and that other one definitely looks like it's still in concept, like you said.
But you can imagine just kind of there's, if you find some really nice resource deposit or something, you kind of just build yourself like some kind of a choke point where you kind of have a bunch of mines laid out there where there's only kind of one way in, one way out. It's going to be interesting to see like how persistent those mines are and how long they last, that type of thing.
There's definitely some strategic things that you could do with that for sure. Especially like if you're in like a big combat, you can try and maybe force somebody to a certain side of the area, kind of blocking them off from something, laying those mines or using them as an alert system too, for when those stealth bombers come through.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all that. Early warning detection system, as well as just just kind of a physical deterrent. You can definitely drive somebody, into a, kind of a, into a lane as well that way.
We'll do split.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, right. Because we went down that other one, right?
Yeah, we went down the other side.
So yeah, that
the
is
Slip says hello.
Hey, how you doing? Nicely done.
Yeah, and I think there's one more floor, which I think is Origin, which I think was yesterday, right?
Yeah, but we can go down there and tell people what we think of Origin stuff. And just kind of go down and give, Moon saying, I'm hoping on Argo Day they actually have the SRV out on the floor like they did the Vulture, not just the Halo image. I agree, Moon. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm really looking forward to the SRV. I mean, outside of the fact that, I'm always thinking of different ways that you can move rocks around and chunks of rocks. I do hope that it, I can just imagine, in a situation where you've kind of done some PvE combat or you've done some PvP combat and you've, just kind of destroyed a ship or whatever, and you just want to pull it off to the side and hull strip it. It's so much fun. I mean, yeah, an SRV and a Vulture is basically a business. Yeah. That's for sure. And I remember, Moon, I remember what you're saying too. Like, what you're saying is, I remember when they had the Vulture, like, on the floor, before, like a couple of, before anybody ever seen it close. Oops, I think I clicked the wrong thing. I'll be right back. I'm really moving my fleet toward a support role like stealth and strike. Yeah, I like that, see. For sure. I'll be right back. I clicked the wrong button, sir.
Okay.
I can appreciate that, Z, for sure. I'm looking for the day I can have a ship repair shop. I like that, Moon. I've always liked the idea of taking something like your Vulture or your Reclaimer, right? And then finding components. And then taking those components over to the Crucible and repairing those components. And then taking them over to the Endeavor and then, like, overclocking them or, or maybe, kind of using
check this
using
one. I
that
haven't seen this one
technology
yet.
to kind of enhance them, and then taking that stuff over to your BMM.
Definitely.
And, you know, I think that would be a really fun gameplay loop. So I'm with you. Like a ship repair shop would be cool.
Definitely looks like they're on an 890.
I would like to see a ship fence, says Grifter. So if you like capture somebody's ship, you can kind of sell it as a stolen. Is that like take it to a chop shop? Hey, Griff, I like that idea.
Scrape the VIN.
Scrape the VIN, exactly, or you know, just
or clean it.
You know, just
as they say.
Yeah. Drake Cutter image transpose on the Winnebago from Spaceballs. We can't unsee it now. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Can't tell you how many Carracks and 890s I've stolen in the past couple months.
Origin Jump Works.
Let's see here. Z-Pilot says, I'd like to see a shield generator version of the APC with enough deployed shield to protect an outpost. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Bex, nice to see you. Eagle 5. Nice. How you been, Bex? No, this is definitely, you know, Origin. Now, I like Origin ships. I mean, you know, like I think, you know, we were talking about these as being kind of like, I don't know, the BMW or the
your Mercedes.
Yeah, the Mercedes of, you know.
Yeah, these are definitely fancy.
Yeah. 100 series is one of my favorite starter lines. I love the air system. That is a system that there's hydrogen. It generates its own hydrogen. You basically cannot run out of hydrogen fuel with those. Back says, doing well. Nice to see you. Another pro FPS PvP tip from Griff says, if you're out of your cutter and someone shoots, stand next to it, shields cover you. What? How close, like if you're just standing right next to it, or how close, within a couple feet of the drift, or what? That's crazy. Cheer that, Mass?
Yeah. Yep.
The ships the shields probably apparently cover you and you're outside the cutter.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Same thing with like the 890. If you have the tanks up top, just for funsies, I guess. If when they're up there and somebody tries to shoot at them, it's gonna hit the shield before it hits the tanks.
Oh, interesting.
But
so
the tanks can shoot out.
That's cool. And I love that when people put tanks up there on the top of those 890s. And one of the things that kind of blew Zao and I away, Mass, is you know, the Kraken is 270 meters, and they're saying that the 890 jump is 205 meters. So the Kraken is only like 70 meters longer than the 890 jump.
Oh wow,
that seems crazy to me. It seems like you would
really
think that
does.
thing would be way bigger.
You would think it'd be like a carrier, almost.
Yes. Now that seems to me like that's going to be a revised number. But if you go look at the 890, it says 205 meters length. If you go look at the Kraken, it says 270 meters, you know, length. It's
interesting.
Well, it just so blew me away. I was like, what? No way. Hey, Sander, nice to see you tonight. How are you? Griff says, I'll snap my FS9 and my buddy's P6 sniper. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, 100 series is a series that I feel like kind of doesn't get, you know, I think it's a wonderful starter ship. I mean, you got a little bit of room inside. You're never going to run out of hydrogen fuel. I mean, it's a little more suited for box deliveries, I think. I just love this little ship. When I first started the game, I had a Cutlass Black, and for whatever reason, they were giving everybody the 100i. It was, I think, 313 or 312. And I didn't understand how to rotate my VTOLs with my Cutlass Black. So I couldn't go anywhere with it for a while. And I ended up taking the 100i around, and I just love that ship. Now, eventually, I settled on the 135C, just because I like the industrial variants of the ships. But I just absolutely adore this 100 series. I think this is a fun ship. I think these would be a great smuggle. This 135 is a great smuggle. You know, like it's, you know, you've got your wiggle room in the back there.
Oh wow! I didn't even know this was back here.
Yeah, the 135C. I forgot how much cargo space it holds, the 135C, but I think it's. I would like.
That's really cool.
I think it is 4 SCU. I can't remember. It's more than you think, though. I mean, more than you know what you would think with that thing. So, you know, hey Sander, doing good, enjoying the expo so far. Hope we're all doing good as well. We are. We're having a blast tonight, guys. 19
really cool.
likes and 29 watching. Thank you so much for sneaking on. Mass and I are having some fun. We're just running around IAE, just kind of giving you our opinions. What's your thoughts on the 100 series?
I've never flown any of them. I've been in one, and I think they're really cool. That little feature back here I did not know of, and I think that's really cool. It definitely kind of makes you wonder.
That's the whole reason why I like the 135C, just that thing in and of itself.
Is it shielded or supposed to be shielded?
I don't think it is shielded. And of course, you know, the AIR system, which I'm trying to get, the adaptive intake refinery, these things cannot run out of hydrogen. Okay. I mean, if you run out of hydrogen, all you need to do is just land for a hot minute and it will fill back up. I mean, these things, this is one of the best scout
really
ships in the game for if you're looking around for stuff on a planet. It's just because they're very nimble. You can land them in a tight place, and they just make their own hydrogen. I have been unable to run one of those things out. You boost all the time. It's crazy. It's a great. It's
really
it's
cool.
just a much slept on ship. I really think the 100 series.
Very cool.
All right. Well, we know that the 890J and we know that the 600i is right there, and of course, you know, everybody knows about those. Let's go. We'll head over to Zenith Hall 2 and 3, and then I will take a look at chat here, or Captain Malcolm Reynolds is 6 SCU according to the site. Yeah. I mean, 6 SCU in that little thing.
Wow,
that's crazy. I knew it. I knew it had more SCU than you thought it did.
Yeah, I was thinking 4. I was like, okay, so that's pretty good. But 6 is that's pretty surprising.
Yep. Now 100 series is great, small runaround ship, good for solo hunting, for loot boxes at Rex and so on. I agree with that. So almost a Titan-sized cargo. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's a surprising, you know, bunch of cargo. I mean, it's just, you know, for such a little ship. Drac, how are you, Drac? We got you. I hope we didn't keep you. We're not waking you up late here, Drac. It's later in the evening. What ship is that you talking about with unlimited fuel? Hey, Drac, Mass is on with me tonight too, by the way. And it's the 100 series, Drac, of Origin. The 100 series Origin ships, they have this thing called the adaptive intake refinery, and they make hydrogen fuel. How much SCU can the cutter carry? Bexar, it's 4 SCU. So good question.
Yeah,
the ocean says 125A replaces the back cargo. 4 size 4, 2 missiles. You can have 2 front missiles. Yeah, for sure. Drax says, hey, Mastodon. Toe Cutter says, a loaded Hull A fits in the 890J, bringing it to 100 SCU. That's crazy. All right, so the 300 series. I really like this. I like the look and feel of these ships. Of course, this is just your straight
really cool
300i.
Oops, I didn't want to close that.
Have you ever owned one of these ones before?
No.
I really like the 300 series. I do. Of course, you guys hear me all the time talk about the 315P. I adore the 315P because that thing right there, it's a tractor beam. And I always envision using this ship to do as a rock sorter. So if you break rocks up while you're mining and there's trash rocks on top, you can use that tractor beam to pull the trash rocks away from the piles. Or if you're trying to do rock sorting, you can put all of your 100%ers in one pile. Anything that's 50 to 99 in a different pile, and anything that's sub 50 down in another pile. So you literally could, you know, this thing can actually flex, right? It can be your scout ship. You know, it can, I mean, you know, it doesn't have super great. I think it's 2 size 3 cannons. So I don't think it, you know, I don't think it has, you know, super awesome firepower, but, you know, you can a couple size 3s, not terrible. So it can scout for you, and then it can absolutely be a rock sorter. I think that this, you know, I love the 300 series ships. I do. But that one in particular,
Really
I have my
cool.
eye on for mine.
Definitely really cool.
Yeah. Hey, Mass, have you ever, like, you know, this 300 series, when you go to buy these on the website, they have, like, it's almost like going to a dealership where you can pick different interior stuff. Have you ever seen that?
No, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, like the 300 series has this like matrix of like you can actually go through and pick like what seat you want, what you know, kind of what finish you want. It's kind of like you're choosing between like leather or cloth type of thing.
Wow.
And it is like $2 or $3, like $5. You know, like that thing starts out as $65 or something. Like I had mine up to 95 at the coffee maker and all sorts. It's cool.
That is really
Like,
cool.
I like that they did that.
That's really cool.
Z-Pilot says, I got my custom paint 325 and all that stuff. The only thing I need is more quant fuel. I don't disagree with that. Tsunami, welcome to the channel, Tsunami. For real, Z-Pathetic quant fuel. Yeah. If we're doing surveying with an Odyssey, what do you think you would put in the hangar? A 315 Terrapin tracker or a prospector? I think that I would put a Terrapin. Just because I'd be out looking for things with the Odyssey. But it's, you know, I want to put a prospector in there, but I can't. I don't think you're going to be able to unload your Quantanium from your prospector into the Odyssey. So if there was some kind of a shared Quantanium thing between the Odyssey and the prospector, that'd be a no-brainer for me. Terrapin is probably what I would lean towards potentially. What about you, Mass? If you ever considered having an Odyssey, and if you had an Odyssey, is there what ship would you pair with it?
Ooh. I don't know. I think. Let me think some more on that one.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. So, all right, let's go. We'll go
You
take a look at this guy.
You definitely want something to be able to kind of explore around, right? So you'd want something smaller and faster.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming it's going to be big and sluggish. The
Yes.
actual Odyssey itself. So.
Oh, Grumpy, I saying Vulture. Hey, Grumpy, nice to see you. Hey, guys. I mean, let's everybody give a salute to Grumpy. Grumpy, of course, I'm sure that you guys know Grumpy Eye. He makes fantastic Star Citizen content, and you know, through Star Streams, I've had the pleasure of actually chatting with Grumpy a couple of times. He's just a great guy. You know, contrary to popular belief, right, Grumpy? You know what I mean? Great guys. Give him a shout, you guys. Give him an 07.
Hey, Grumpy.
And nice to see you, Grumpy. Thank you for joining us tonight. So yeah, we're talking 400i. You know, 400i, very much vibes of you know, Star Wars, Naboo. To me, I will tell you, I have no reason at all. But you know me, you guys know I'm a space miner. That's what I love to do. Hey FDO, welcome to the channel. Nice to see you tonight. Great intro song. Yeah. Right, I hear you, Bax. You're not wrong. Hey, Ocean Tips Hat, nice griff, says Grumpy. Yep. Ace Hambone, hey, how you doing, Ace? Nice to see you. Yeah, you know, so I absolutely love the 400i. Although I have no reason to own it. It's not my kind of gameplay mechanic. But if I was just doing some space touring, just wanted to just kind of fly around and do some touring, I think this would probably be the ship I pick. I don't know. It's just kind of there's a rule of cool to it. I'm not always a big fan of the origin finishes and all that stuff, but I do like this ship. Toe Cutter says, hey, Vulture RCM will be the same price as Quant. That is before refining. It's going to be interesting. Hey, Cyber Spooky, nice to see you. Good day from way down under. How have you been, Cyber? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. And I
Thing's
caught
definitely
you, I
kinda
see
cool,
you, commented on one of the videos the other day, and I'm like, they're spooky. I've been wondering about you. Z-Pilot says, I'm in the minority, but I do not like the look of the 400i. I can appreciate that. Drax says, the 400i is almost a pretty girl in high school who's in dire need of a nose job. Fair enough. She definitely is. It definitely has some strong features on the nose, for sure. Monk, nice to see you. Monk, how you been, guy? Humble Monk, it's nice to see you. Max says the game needs a few more star systems before exploring becomes a fun loop. Yeah, I agree with that 100%, Bex. And that's, like I said, I wouldn't have any reason really to own this thing. Zell did make the point, which I thought was a funny point, like last night when I was talking to him, that he thought that, you know, if we were trying to think about like what countries manufacture like what ships, right? So thinking of like Drake ships and how kind of just how you know, simple, but you know, like cheaply,
Definitely think this is a
you
cool
know,
little ship, though.
inexpensive to produce type of thing. You know, one of the things I have a tremendous amount of respect for, you know, kind of, you know, the Russians are really good at making things at like 1/3 the cost of America, but they still are on, you know, so a lot of times they're on par, easy to fix or whatever. And so we're always thinking like Drake, maybe Drake is kind of like a Russian manufacturer. You know, Zell made the joke that because this ship has a turret pointed backwards, you know, and it's kind of running away, that maybe this is a French design. I didn't. I thought it was a funny joke, but no, we'll leave it there. I was like, oh, that's really funny. No, I like the 400i a lot. I do. I think it's definitely one of those ships for, you know, for getting away or whatever. Sanders says, I flew the 400i earlier and surprised how well it flies. Could find the bathroom but not the toilet though. Not sure if it's just a one or I could not. There's important things there.
I definitely think we'll be seeing a lot more of it once Pyro and other systems are around.
Freedom Fox, yeah, and Mother Russia Drake cut you, yeah. No, I hear you, Fox, for sure. That's what we were saying, like, just, I mean, you know, they're inexpensive to manufacture, but they're very, you know, very, yeah, I'm trying to think of the right word, you know, they're very purpose driven. You know what I mean, for sure.
This thing looks
not a lot
same.
of extra frills. You know that type of thing. All right, Origin 325A. This is your the interdiction version, and of course you have your 350R.
I'm assuming
that's
that
the racing
is
variant
pretty much
over
the same
there.
Interior.
The 350R, I really like the paint job on the 350R.
Okay.
The gray and gold is cool.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, Seth, how have you been? French design, hilarious, and probably
like
correct.
the
Yes.
though.
You know,
Like
it's
the
one of those
colors
things.
here.
I don't want to get too over the top with it. I thought it was funny that he said that, you know, because the ship was designed to run away. Only work if you back facing turret for show only, non-functional. Drac. Yeah, that's not. I didn't want to get in the weeds too much on that, you guys. I think I probably drifted a bit. Humble says, "Okay, I finished the laundry. How are you?" I'm good, Humble. Nice to see you for sure. Yeah. For much more than a strong feature, you're right, Drac. That's a honking nose for sure. So I really like this, you know, the 325 series. Now, listen, do I think that they're, you know, real practical or you need them for anything? No, not really the 325s. They're fun. I would say that, like I said, the 315P with the tractor beam is the one that I'm the most interested in. And honestly, I say this without, you know, without just being, if I just wanted a ship to kind of be kind of a touring ship or to cruise around with, the 400i, I think it's very cool. It fits the bill. I don't know that you need it. Griff says, make all the French jokes I want. Vince Vaughn can't be canceled. Griff just thinks I sound like Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Cyberspooky says, took the Herald out for a spin and backed out. Blacked out under acceleration. That thing is fast in space. Cyberspooky, I know what you mean, man. I took the thing for out as well, and it's like, as nimble as a C2 is left to right. Man, you know, just going straight forward in a straight line. That thing is just ridiculous. They're so much fun.
I think all we have left is the downstairs.
All right. Yep. So we're on the other side of the. I thought that is there something on the other side of the 600? I don't know. I think you're right. I think it is just the downstairs.
Man, so the Kraken is just what, 30 meters or 70 meters longer than the 890.
Yeah, you know, if Grumpy's around, I wonder what Grumpy would think about that. Grumpy, you know, we were looking at the specs, the current listed specs, and of course, you know, those can change. But the 890 is 205 meters long, and they're saying the Kraken's 270 meters long. So the Kraken would only be 70 meters longer than that by the standards. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a huge ship, but man, when you think of the Kraken, I always think it's going to be a touch longer than what that is, but I could be wrong. Drax says the 325 reminds me of a slightly larger version of a Titan. A big gun up front, but not much else. I can appreciate that, Drax. We all know Mace is your buddy. This guy's in his points. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Grift is always thinking I'm being spawned. It's so ridiculous. Dan says the Kraken is definitely getting revised up. There's no way it's going to be that short. I agree, KSS. It just seems crazy to me that it would, you know, that it would only be that size for sure. 70 meters longer than the 890 jump just doesn't seem long enough for it to, you know, for it to have all those,
It's got to be taller, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's
got to make up for it with height. That's what I'm guessing.
Because it's gonna be capital class, you would think, right? I mean,
yeah.
Fun little ship. This little interceptor here. I think this is the M50, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, the M50 Interceptor. Great little ship. You know, sometimes these things can be quite a thorn in your side when somebody's real good at, real nimble with them.
Sound really cool too.
Oh, they sound amazing. And right over here is kind of a ship that not a lot of people, I don't see people using them a lot, but I really like this ship right here. It's one of the few that kind of gives you the car feeling, like two people sitting side by side, but it's smaller. The 85X, and so yeah, I love the 85X as well. You know, once again, you know, as racing becomes a little bit more happening, I think that's something we'll see. Those ships will have a little bit more, you know, you'll see them on a little bit more regular basis. Almost capital class, anyways. Yeah, maybe almost is right, Drac, for sure. Metaphysical, how are you? Nice to see you. Hey, Shorts and chat.
These things will be kind of cool, though.
Yeah, you know, these things are interesting. Somebody was telling me, I think it was Zell who was saying that it almost looks like a 600i in like a vehicle, like a chop, like, you know what I mean?
I could totally see that.
Yeah, like that front end was like a 600i-ish, but it's nice to see you, Metaphysical. Grift is nice to see you as well. 25 likes, you guys. Thank you for the 25 likes so far. I really, truly appreciate that. I'm not a racer, but I love low flying. I like low flying too, Grift. I was actually doing some low flying in the 315P, believe it or not. That 300 series is enjoyable. Doing low flying.
What's on the other side? You know, I just looked at the
quantum travels in the game.
I don't know
that. I always thought, Sandra, that was based on the drives, not on the say the size of the ship.
Oh, never mind. Origin X1 touring.
Oh, and here's the X1,
next level.
Is that right?
Yeah, X1 focus is touring. It says welcome to the next level with the X1 Origin Jump Works high performance open canopy vehicle built with lightweight polymers. The X1 takes speed and agility to the next level.
Wow. And that is going to be their version of a hover bike. Very interesting.
Performs better.
Not so thinly veiled. Oh, I love him. That's awesome. Too bad they don't sell Super Hornet via website. I'd buy it. Oh. They don't sell the Super. Won't the Super Hornet be on sale this time around, Humble? Banu Merchant, current specs of the size due to rework 237 length, 203 beam width, and 80 to 90 meters in height. Yeah, that thing's crazy tall. Drive based, as far as I know, 85X is mainly a fast aero, but snubbed for the 890J. The 85X is that true? The 85X is the 890J snub?
I don't know.
I didn't really realize that. That's amazing. Huh. Nope, tried to find it. Ah, I gotcha. That thing looks like it should be towing the skier. That's hilarious. I don't disagree with that. But elegantly styled and meticulously constructed, the 85X is a versatile and comprehensive away vessel that features precision control in and out of the atmosphere, utilizing much of the same thruster technology as the 300 series, and they have good thrusters. It has the power of a racer with the reliability of a touring ship. Whether descending down to the planet's surface or taking a sight of your system, this runabout continues Origin's proud tradition of turning heads. Wow, it certainly sounds like it's would fit that bill. Next level SC Racing Skiers, Antonia. It's paired with it if you had an early buy. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't really realize this was the one that kind of came in the hangar there.
That's interesting.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I really, the wheels on this thing, for whatever reason, I do like. I think Zell was saying that last night, and I looked at him. He's like, "You're not." I'm like, "You're not wrong, Zell. Holy smokes, those are cool." Yeah, these things. Some Hot Wheels going. So yeah, nicely done. So 85X, yep. And so yeah, you guys, that is that ship there. The X1 is an interesting, it'll be interesting to see like how fast that thing is. Okay, so it says, V, are you ready for the Galaxy? My hype level is so high, I'm bound to be disappointed. I am an unapologetic RSI fanboy. Oh, the Galaxy, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. I do. Listen, there are a lot of people love RSI ships for sure, so I can appreciate that. I am excited for the Pisces, the Med Pisces for sure. We mentioned that already. Wheeled ships land better, it seems for me. Grift, I have the same experience. When I put wheeled ships down, they just kind of hit the ground and boom. When's the medical Pisces releasing? Anyone know? I think that's going straight to flyable for this, isn't it?
I thought so.
Anybody
too.
know? So Bex, I think it's coming soon, right? Whenever Anvil comes.
Which
we can look at the
might be tomorrow.
Yeah, no, Banu. We'll have to go look.
Yeah, we'll have to go look. Yeah, I thought the Pisces was coming like whenever they do this for it, whenever the events for it, or for 318.
I am not entirely sure. Let's check that out. Do you recall? Oh, Drax says. So yeah, our thought is at least Bex that the medical Pisces is releasing straight to flyable. I think. Just don't quote me on that 100%, but I think that's going to be straight to flyable as soon as Anvil has their day. Drax says, "Hey V, do you recall I was asking the ship looked like a crescent roll? It's one of the alien ships." And you must be talking about the Defender. I would imagine that's the only one I can think of that looks like a crescent roll. That's so funny. They unveil the end of the. Don't they do an unveil at the end of the show? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah, Anvil is November 22nd. So we've got Apoa, Gaddick, Banu, and Asperia tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's really cool. I mean, I guess we'll find out tomorrow if we get the BMM. Hey, Grim Gopher, nice to see you.
I kind of wonder when Argo comes if they're gonna fix or have the rafts elevators fixed.
Oh, I wonder too. Don't they? Medical Physical says I had a profitable day mining quants in the belt. Got 7,000 units in 3 runs. Wanted to thank you for your instruction streams on quant mining. It made it so much easier. Metaphysical, thank you so much. That's why I do those, man. I really appreciate that when people come and say that the content that I have created in
That makes me wonder if the MM will
means a lot to me.
make an appearance.
I love mining, and I love
tomorrow.
It when
then
people learn.
I doubt it. It would be really cool if they did do that, though.
And so I just thank you. I just can't thank you enough for giving me that feedback. That's it's feedback like that makes me want to continue doing it, and I will continue doing it. We're going to be doing lots of Quantania mining. as 317 pours along. We're going to be doing lots of salvage stuff. And like I said,
That's
guys, Mastodon,
tomorrow.
who's
So
with
that
me
means...
today, he does a tremendous amount of, like, he does some PvP stuff, you know, and all sorts of other content as well, and it's really, really fun. So make sure you do like and sub his channel for sure. Looks like the Crescent Roll, yeah, yeah. The BMM, the Band and Merchantman, yeah. Space Shorts is the QT Mining channel to go to. Thank you, Grift, I appreciate that. Yoshin, you also forgot for the other ship shorts, the Gaddick Raylan. I'm really looking forward to the Gaddick Raylan. There's, you know, right now, as you guys know, the Constellation Taurus is my go-to quant hauler. But I would think the Raylan is a ship I'm taking a close look at. I actually have a CCU upgrade from like a 225 Terrapin to a Gaddick Raylan, in case that thing jumps or gets crazy. Tsunami says for mining quant in the belt, what laser headed module? Tsunami, it's a Lancet MH1, and just go, to begin with, just go with some brands, BRN DTs. Tsunami, just go with that right off the bat, and then feel your way out on the rest of them. Grifter says, out of all the QT
really curious to see the best in show,
thank you so much. I appreciate
best
that.
Show's gonna be,
Z-Pilot says, your belt scouting technique helped my entire org. Z-Pilot,
different
that makes me...
skins and whatnot.
That. Like when you really say, cool. The belt scouting technique kind of helped your org become better at Quantanium mining. That makes me feel so good. Lancet Mining had at least Tsunami. I agree with that. Mace 07 fellow PvPer. That's from Grift. Sanders says, if I borrow my prospector out to the friend to try it, can they put what they mine in the refinery, or would I have to do it? Sandra, you both have to go back to the refinery at the same time. So when he stores it, you're the one who has to do the job with it. Tsunami says, for mining quant in the belt, what laser and head? I think hopefully we answered that for you, Tsunami. Metaphysical says, I use the Lancet head with no modules in the belt. You really don't need anything there.
Look, I need,
you don't, but if some brands will definitely help on those
go ahead
secondary
and drink something
brands.
real quick.
And then Tsunami says, I remember having to use a module, either the branch or a surge. Yeah, the brands are absolutely fine. Sanders says, let's head down to the, are we at the lobby? Where we're at? Yeah, for sure. I use the Brant FLTRXL. Yeah, and that's fine too. 2 Brants and an FLTRXL is great. You know, using you guys 2 VAU XC3s and a Rieger C3s, another great. You know, if you're looking to do some big rock hunting, there's nothing wrong with surges and stampedes. You know, use at your own. Be careful with them for sure. Same as Humble. Yeah, I mean, listen, a couple of Brants and an FLTRXL, that's my go-to. If anybody asks me what I use when I go Quantanium mining, it's a Lancet MH1, 2 Brants, and an FLTRXL. That's what I use. It's a pretty vanilla build, but I make money hand over fist all day long. Absolutely. I don't actually use the Brant at all, since I like threading the needle. I can appreciate that, Humble, for sure. So, let's, Mass, do you know, does a rock fit in a 400i?
I don't think it does. I think it's too tall.
So do I, but do you feel like riding along? I'm just curious, riding along and see.
Oh yeah,
giving it a try.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that. So let's. I have a cutter. I think it's sitting outside. I don't see it anymore. I don't see the pip. I wonder if it's still there. Let's go see if it's still there. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. I hadn't seen this one yet. That picture. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
A little salvage for the team. Oh, it doesn't. Thank you, Grumpy. Yeah, I was wondering, like, I remember there was some controversy about it. You know what I mean? So that's very helpful. By the way, guys, you know, not reminding of Grumpy. Grumpy was putting the rock in the cutter the other day in one of his videos. It was so funny. That's definitely worth a watch, you guys. Aocean says, Z-Pilot says, I don't really have the instability issue since I started controlling my laser power with the throttle axis on my sticks. Yeah, Z, I can appreciate that. Having the right controls does help. There's so many different kinds of controls, you know. But acclimating yourself to whatever one is best fits your needs, I agree for sure. Z Pilot says I don't really have. A Ocean says I only make it fit to shoot out the light bar if it will scrape the paint, but after that it'll fit tightly. Okay, it sounds like it. Metaphysical says I went for a stroll around the 890 yesterday and got lost in there with all the features. Spent a good 20 minutes looking around. You can. I mean, the 890 is an interesting ship, and one of the crazy things is, you know, when you look around like ships like the 890 or the Reclaimer, if you really just look in little corners and like under, like if you lay down on bunks and look at the under the bunks, there's funny things. There's Easter eggs all over the place.
There's some secret rooms in the 890 as well. I don't know if there's some in like when you first walk in. They're like little hidden.
Yeah. Show me them. Let's go look at them real quick.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen them. I don't know if they're necessarily secret. I think they're more hidden than anything.
Yeah, well, let's go look. I guess I'm always interested in the 890. One of the things about the 890 is like it's got some interesting armament on it as well. Those rocket pods are ridiculous. A Nox fits in the cutter. Yeah, Grim, I got you there. If it fits, it sits. If it doesn't fit, you close the ramp and it'll fit. That's exactly right. That was so funny. Like, Grumpy, he put the rock in the cutter, and it sat there good enough. I mean, you could fly it around. I mean, you could make an argument that it fits. But when he closed the ramp on it, oh my gosh, that was so funny. It sounded like a popcorn machine back there. It reminded me of back in the day when you first started when they first introduced the Nomad. When you backed or pulled the rock on that, oh my gosh, it was almost like the rock on the Nomad. By the way, it works great now. The rock and the Nomad is a really good 1-2 combination, right? But at the time, it was almost like taking two magnets that are broken that they where you kind of push, like they push away from each other. That's how bad it seemed like when you first were loading the rock on the. First time I went to load a rock on the Nomad after the Nomad shortly came out, it was just a hot mess. Just pretend that it's the Nomad. It's all good. It's exactly right. Oh, it's so funny. Grifter says, grumpy. That is unless you blow up. Humble. Yeah, I hear you. You can fit a Pisces in the Corsair. Hey, I heard you can fit a Hull A inside the C2, by the way, as well. And I'm going to try that. A Hull A inside the C2. It seems a bit like there's some irony to putting the Hull A in C2, but well, you're going to reduce your 699 to maybe 64 SCU. I want to give it a try anyways. I thought it would be fun.
I think we might undermine that elevator's down. Might be able to get in.
It is long. Saw Subliminal Duo today on one of his videos. Oh, that's interesting. What am I doing? Ship that could fit 2 rocks and still be used to scan rocks. What ship is that, Sander? Baxter Brown wouldn't sell many bigger ships if they made the RXC fit in the cutter. Yep. You can fit Razor into the Corsair too. Oh, interesting. Oh, you can fit a Razor in the Corsair. And a Hull into the 890J. That's crazy. A Hull A in this thing. Free Max can hold 2 to 3 ROCs. Free Max can absolutely hold 2 all day long, no problem, and probably 3. 2. I mean, I think the Freelancer Max is a scary good rock hauler. To be quite honest with you. Don't use the elevator in the 890 jump. It's just a kill box. Oh no.
This door's not opening.
It opened for me. I've got the option to send elevator. Here, let me do that. And then I'll call it back.
Yeah, go ahead and step out. I'm actually at the front here at the door. Trying to get into like the lobby.
What?
Oh, there it is.
There we go. I was like, something strange is happening.
Like, what is going on?
There's weird stuff happening. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it is Star Citizen. Yeah. Drax, I saw a video the other day, so here, I'll put this on here for you guys for now. Don't use the elevator in 890, just jump, it's a kill box. Oh, elevators in Star Citizen, the most dangerous thing there is, right? The Ocean says, and the Razor has room to spare in the Corsair. That's crazy that you can fit a Razor in a Corsair. Cyber Spooky says, the 890 killed him yesterday. That's funny. And yes, you can just launch us anytime you want. We fit 3 rocks in the back. It's tight, and you have to sit back in the last one, then get in via the ladder. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, that's the cool thing about the one of the things I like about the Freelancer Max is it's got that traditional MISC front end that you can just kind of go in, go in like prospector style. You don't have to use the back ramp. Not the physical. Oh, that explains it. Grumpy
I
Mustache,
will
yeah.
actually have to close the game. It won't let me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I probably have to do the same thing. Elevators scare me, Cyber Spooky. You know what? I was never that scared of elevators until 317.2 came along.
Definitely loading back in. So it's been working. We actually had a fully crewed Corsair bedlog the other day and then logged right back in with no problems. It was really cool.
You're welcome to the channel. Not a name I recognize. Absolutely love having you here. Thanks for coming out. Grumpy is actually most of the ships in the game. If I think that one's the spawning bug due to the server heartbeat. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, bedlogging for me has always been a bit of a mixed bag. I've bedlogged in my prospector. I have bedlogged in my prospector when I'm jumping from a server to join a buddy or something along those lines. Grimhex elevators. Yeah, those elevators are crazy, Cyber Spooky, with that thing that goes across there. There's lots of times I get trapped by those elevators. Oh no, this is completely new. The ship just despawns.
Launching.
And you need to claim it 9 out of 10 times. That's crazy, Grumpy. Oh, Star Citizen, you fickle mistress. Don't even talk about the Grimhex elevators. Those things kill on the regular. Those things, I mean, they will kill your time too. I mean, there are times that I'm literally caught in the elevator shaft. I don't know, just sharing my experiences with the Corsair, the Cuddy, and the Cutter. Yeah, no, and I know, Grumpy, I know you've been kind of using those ships quite a bit. I definitely I haven't did any bedlogging in those ships at all myself. I did fly the Cutter around. I did fly the Corsair around. The one thing about the Corsair is I thought in atmosphere, man, that thing flew it flew like a brick, man. In atmosphere, I was like, yikes, this thing is not nimble in Atmo. I thought its firepower is melting, but man, I was like, holy smokes. Cutter's cool. I can't fly in a polished turd. That's ridiculous. Okay, then it's a new entity. Thank you, by the way. Also has the hospital hit me 3 times earlier on Area 18 and 2 times on Hurston. Ouch! Ocean, what's the hospital bug? Now I am up on Tressler. Where were you saved at?
I'm on Babbage.
Oh, you're down that way? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll fly down.
Do you want me to come up towards you, or?
Well, I mean, we can do anything you want, really. I mean, we're just kind of monkeying around.
Did you need to do the 400i thing? With the rock?
I'm pretty convinced it doesn't fit if Grumpy says it doesn't fit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it fits either. I think it's just a little too tall.
And I remember the controversy around it, but then, you know, I was standing in there and I was thinking, man, it seems like it's got to be close. You know? So, I don't know. I don't think there was anything. What did I mean, I rented the Hammerhead. I don't think there was anything else Aegis I really kind of, it jumped out as me as something I wanted to rent.
Yeah, I have the Reclaimer. I did click on that. And I don't know what else.
We definitely could have a little fun in the Reclaimer. Uh-oh. Let me let's see here. I will fly down. And I'll fly down that way. I'm gonna fly down there in style. They said they'll make it fit by doing some mojo. I forgot, honestly. Yeah, I think that's. I remember that. I remember something about that. That's exactly right. The Ocean says elevator catapult glitched you into the ceiling and launched you out of the building. Curtis, how are you, man? Nice to see you. Curtis says, "Hey, sir, how you doing today?" We're doing great, Curtis. We're just we're running around IAE having some fun, and we hit a 30K, so we're. And then they reversed it back because it wasn't working. Empty elevators, day 1 expo. We're launching people across the sky. Oh, that's hilarious. The microtype elevators on day 1 of the expo. We're just launching. Sandra Little, what is not the first version of the 400 I could have a rocker wasn't planned? Sandra, I remember there was just a controversy about it, right? It didn't fit, and then the community complained, and then I think they like made a version where it did fit, but somehow that version that they made that it did fit caused other problems with it, like they took away some other space in order to give it a little bit more wiggle room, and then that caused some kind of a flight mechanic issue, and then they changed it back. That's how I remember it, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that, but that's how I remember it. Rock fits in the Titan, and the Titan is a little bit cheaper than the Nomad. Does the Rock fit in the Titan? I don't think the ROC fits in the Titan, does it, Drac?
The capsule will be leaving the
I
station.
don't think so.
That's interesting. I didn't think it did.
No, it can't fit in that. I think you could probably get like a Steve in there, one of the STVs or whatever. Maybe. Does even a Steve fit in there? I don't know. Do you have an STV? I don't think I do.
I do not.
Yeah. I don't think it does either, you guys. Between NB and the stairs and the Grim Hex elevators, I wonder which one's yours were that. Rock does not fit in the Titan. I didn't think so. And Drac did in a video I saw. Oh, interesting. Well, it may be one of those things where Drac, where they driving it on, it was kind of hanging out the back type of thing. Rock does not, because I didn't think it did. And not to say, you know, Drac, I know that you're, you know, play a little more Elite Dangerous. No big deal. You know, but interesting. So, all right. Oh yeah, I was heading your way. That's right. A sec. This is not going to be fast, but it is going to be fun. That guy.
Yeah, I'm at the starport.
All right, come down here. Well, we're gonna limp our way down.
What do you pull it?
Cargo.
Welcome.
Why, yeah, we like to have a little fun here. I mean, obviously, we ran around IAE a little bit, you guys, and kind of gave you our thoughts on the Aegis stuff, and we had pretty much finished up on the Origin side of things. Mass mentioned maybe some hidden areas inside the 890J, and maybe I know maybe I don't. We were going to go back and at least take a look at those one time and just kind of monkeying around. This is a ship that does not have any purpose outside of having a little fun with it or whatever, and so up we go. Pull the gear.
While you work your way down here, I'm gonna step away for a second.
No problem,
I hear my
sir.
dog upstairs and people are sleeping.
That is no problem. Alrighty, so we'll a chance at a route because I can't quantum. That's hilarious. Gotta go, guys. Have fun. Hey, Grumpy, thanks for stopping in, sir. I truly appreciate it. It's nice seeing you. And, you know, guys, once again, give Grumpy a salute. I know that he makes lots and lots of great content. You guys all know him. I mean, you know, no, I don't, you know, but, you know, one of the things I know, Grumpy is one of those people who kind of, he definitely says exactly how he feels, and that I know it always isn't, you know, he doesn't always get treated fairly over it. So, you know, I 100% appreciate his points of view. And so, you know, just, you know, everybody give him a salute. Have a great night, man. Take care of yourself, okay? Anderson says later, Humble Monk says, dude, it'll take you forever to get there. It actually won't take that long, Humble. Honestly, yes, it'll take a little longer, but, you know, like, hey, man. Are we gonna make it? Oh no, I'm drifting off course. Hold on. No, it won't take as long as you think, man. We're having a little fun with it. Yeah, it probably is late for Grump too. By the way, you guys, he's, you know, it's funny because I mean, I don't. He works hard. He does. He works way harder than I ever do with this stuff, and you know, it's very, very. There are all sorts of times, I mean, where I keep an eye on the Discord that we share and see him active, and, you know, kind of chat with him sometimes when I know it's late. So he definitely is somebody who really busts his ass making content, and you know, sometimes it's, you know, it's not always easy, for sure. All right, so we are now we're taking the Argo cargo. We're having a little fun. Mastodon is now, he's only 45 away, so we're cruising down here. Enjoying it for sure. Do I have any lights at all on this thing? All right, hold on. Let me just kind of straighten this up here. All right, looking good. We'll be all right.
All right. I'm back.
I'm about 30 above, and Humble Monk's like, hey, it's not taking as long as I thought. Yeah, Humble, I knew it wasn't going to take that long. You know, it's definitely one of those things. Now you're at the start port right now, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, Grift, have a great night. Grift says later for now, guys. Take care of yourself, Grift.
See you, Griff.
For sure. Thank you for coming out. Why did Drake make a frumpy, oversized industrial-looking starter just barely too small for the Rock? You know, Freedom, I definitely think it's a very good point. I think they just kind of wanted to, like, I think make something a little different. You know, something that was kind of like an all-arounder. Like, they call it like a cut-down version of the Cutlass, and I kind of see what they mean by that for sure. All right, I called for a landing. I don't see where they gave me a... Try it again here. Okay, well, where? It's already been granted, but they're not telling me where. That's hilarious. What's my in-game name, Curtis? It's V_V_V. That request has already been granted, but where?
Yeah, New Babbage is weird sometimes. You got to be like super close to the hangars, and that'll pop up.
All right, we're flying down here.
Careful watch of all personal items.
Short reclaimer and no reclaimer. Nah, I don't think we're going to do the reclaimer, guys. I think we're just going to head over. Matt's going to show me a couple of things in the 890. And the Rock fits, but cannot close the ramp. The laser arm clips to the roof. Okay, I see, Cyber. That's you're talking about the 400i. Thank you for that. I was kind of curious about that. Hey, 35 likes, you guys. By the way, I really appreciate the likes tonight. Had a few subs as well, and some different people on board, new faces. So really, really nice to see all you guys tonight, for sure. All right, here I'll request again. Okay.
The best in shopping.
Oh, okay, I can see it now. Sweet.
Be sure to visit New Babbage's renowned promenade.
Metaphysical says, hey, Captain Chaotic, how are you tonight? Nice to see you, sir. Hi and hello. Metaphysical says, landing in New Babbage is interesting. Sometimes you don't get
For
acknowledged.
the latest updates on ship availability.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was experiencing, and you can see, it's always weird to me, like, how much better I can see, like, outside of my ship than inside of it. Metaphysical. Acknowledge till you ask again. Sometimes, you have to be within 5,000 meters. Yeah, I definitely needed to be within 5,000 meters that time. The cutter is cool. It has a massive fuel capacity. I think, yeah, it's the fuel capacity that really makes that a very interesting ship. Right? All right, you guys.
Ready to upgrade? Located in the plaza, the factory line has all of Microtech's latest offerings.
If it's not giving you a hanger, I can meet you across the pond.
Oh, it's giving me one.
Perfect.
Tired of travel? Why not rest at the Nest's newly renovated accommodation? Located downtown with a luxurious Sapphire Grand.
We'll bring her right in here.
From all of us at Microtech, welcome
Boom.
to the New Babbage Interstellar Space.
Nice. All right. I'm saying this one isn't mine, but we'll get out. We'll get out of here before we get in trouble.
You're gonna get arrested.
Yeah. ATC is saying. Yeah. ATC's like, where did you fly from and why? The cutter's cool. Says also don't forget the shield's weapons off. She has 500 EM signature plus an 8K hull. Oh wow, for a starter. It has an 8K hull. Huh. That's a very tanky for sure. All right, I guess Bass and I are going to run one more time over to IAE, take a little bit of a look at the 890, and then we'll probably answer any questions that you guys have, and we'll go from there. You know, so. All right, down we go. I just enjoyed flying the Argo down there.
ATC's like, what are you doing with that thing? It's not Argo Day. Bring that thing down here.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you the one thing about that people may not realize, but man, the up and like the down thrust in that that thing is crazy. Like it can like it absolutely can lift and like land really quickly. Like scary. You're going to die in the 890. We're going to try not to, Cyber, but you're probably not wrong. Oh, it's over this way, yeah. All right. That's if we can make it through the tunnels, right? I mean,
yeah.
The ocean, that's wild. Yeah, I mean,
Capsule now approaching station.
shields off and weapons off, 500 EM signature plus an AK hull. Man, the cross section on it's probably a little bigger, but man, that is pretty quiet. There. That guy's shirt said Lorville on it.
It says breathe it in, Lorville.
Breathe it in, Lorville. that's
Oh,
awesome.
Man, that's so good.
Oh, I love that shirt. Breathe it in, guys, Lorville. 38 likes, you guys are almost, hey, you know what? Not too shabby on a Sunday night. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. We're not doing a whole lot tonight. I was, guys, if you really wouldn't mind thanking Mass for joining us tonight. He was very gracious. Kind of gave him short notice just earlier today, and always nice to have somebody else kind of come and hang out and BS and talk, or at least give us tell us their experiences with ships and that kind of a thing. And I know Mass he does a lot more combat than I do in the game for sure. So very, very respected opinion.
Nearing next stop.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. Definitely enjoying myself.
The stairs will kill him first. All right, one more ride here, I think.
Oh yeah, almost got off.
Careful, doors are now closing.
They did such a good job with this when it works. Crazy sense of
Nearing next stop.
kind of cruising around here.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the
Right.
nicer rides.
Yeah, the Metro Loop is sweet. So we're gonna try to get in the 890 and see how it goes here, and give it our. When I purchased the Redeemer, it came with no right engine, so I have to missile rack. I have no missile rack on that side. Oh, that's crazy. I had that same kind of issue with it was the Ion, I think it was. The Ion is the one that shoots laser cannon, I think.
Yep.
And so, like, I could not see. Like, I'd pull the trigger and I could see a missile shooting, and so I didn't know at first. But I was like fighting these guys for like 10 minutes in that thing, and I'm like, I know I'm hitting them. Why aren't they dying? And so I finally did get an external look at my ship, and I had no gun on it. Like, there was no gun that was like physically drawn on it. Even though I could see like a missile shooting off of it, it wasn't rendering at all. Oh. Whoops. Hold on. Wait. Oh. All right, cool. Cue the foreboding music. Oh, it's yeah, I'll be outside in the comments. My 90 doesn't work for you guys. It's okay, fair enough. Humble Monk says, wow. All right, you guys, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. First of all, that's a serious piece of landing gear.
Like a ship.
Smokes. So is the only way in this thing?
There's 2 elevators, and I think they're toward the
Here's the other
back.
one, right? But I think the rent thing gets in the way of the.
Yeah.
So you can't. Oh man.
And I know this cargo bay is just super slow.
Yeah, slow. It would be okay if there was a way to get it. I just get the rent. Oh boy. Here we go. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, I'm down. I am dead. Well,
Oh, you guys, and part of me knew that. I think Mass and I kind of knew this might happen. Oh, it's so funny.
it says somebody committed grievous bodily harm against me.
Who was it? What did it say? That's so weird.
This is wild.
Oh, you guys. Well, I'll tell you. I just had a blast tonight, man. So thank you so much for coming along and hanging out. You guys, really, the stream went a little longer than I intended it to go. I just want to say how much fun I had tonight. The conversation was absolutely fantastic. Please, honestly, and I mean this wholeheartedly, please, Mastodon streaming now. He makes excellent Star Citizen content. Please do go like and sub on his channel, Ronan. You should probably stand still on the elevator. I don't know that it would have helped, Ronan. I really don't. I'm not convinced it would have. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to say thank you. I know that it's getting late. I got an early morning myself of work, so I'm gonna jump out of here for the night. Thank you, Mastodon, so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Anytime. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah, I hope that we can more this week even. I mean, we got some different ships coming out, different ship manufacturers coming out, you guys. So, I'm hoping that tomorrow night, if not tomorrow night, maybe really I'd like to spend a little bit of time, if I can, almost every night, kind of looking at the different ships, you guys. So thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for the 39 likes, you guys. I can't thank you all enough. I enjoyed the hell out of the night. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you all
right, guys.
around the verse.
We'll go ahead and end that here, and get you guys next time. As always, have a great day.